आज हमारे साथ एक नहीं, दो नहीं, 3 एंड्स यानी नारी शक्ति पैरामाउंट चलने वाला है शो पे, एंड दिस इज फॉर द वुमेन्स डे स्पेशल for 3 women who have played very significant roles in my life and in yours, and I'm so proud कि आज हमारे साथ Women's Day Special में not just this beautiful girl who gives us the best gut and health, Neha Ranglani, Neha Kanabar, who actually makes women of everyday life feel very special, especially married women. और आपने तो नीता हम सिंधियों की शान बढ़ा दी है, क्योंकि आपने हर gorgeous औरत को dress up किया है, from my favorite Sri Devi to of course recently the beautiful girl that we all know as a Sindhi actress. We are very proud of Tamanna Bhatia. हमारी तमन्नाएं बढ़ गई हैं from this conversation. Welcome to Radio City.
Thank you.
Before we start anything else, मेरे को सब लोग ने बोला है बारबी फिर से रिलीज हो रही है, आपने कलर क्यों पहना है? So क्योंकि we girls are a bit about how we present ourselves, and you are somebody who actually helps us look good. Please tell me, आपने आज मेरी आउटफिट के बारे में क्या सोचा है? ये स्पेशली आरजे करण ने मुझे बोला है कि मैं आपसे पूछूं.
I think you're looking stunning in the color, and you're fun, and that's what Barbie is all about.
Yo, so actually colors have an association with who you are as a personality. As women, I just want to genuinely ask, क्योंकि मुझे बहुत ऐसे लगता है कि we go into somebody said Monday को white पहनो, Tuesday को red पहनो. Are you somebody who believes in the power of color in your life? Just wanting to know.
I wear the color that I feel like on that day, but I don't believe कि Monday ये पहनो, Tuesday पहनो. इतना तो मैं सोचती भी नहीं, और ऐसा तो मैं wardrobe अपना collect भी नहीं करती हूँ. It's just what I'm feeling like. If I'm feeling yellow, I'll wear yellow. If I'm feeling white, I'll wear white.
It does matter, right?
Yeah, what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So Archana, you also know that I'm a manifestation coach, but I'm also an engineer. So to look at the quantum physics side of it, I personally feel that every color, of course, Anita ma'am will be the best person to talk about colors and the potential impact they make. However, I personally feel that it's all our pseudo beliefs. If we believe that this color would make us do these things, if I wear it on Monday, this will happen. It's your belief which will make it happen.
So your mind over.
Yeah, but if it's your pseudo belief, why not? Go for it.
Yeah,
like
makes sense.
Something different. But you're all wearing a shade of black here.
Yeah.
You want to tell me about your life journey in the sense of the colors and how you inculcate, because for you it's the big canvas to everyday life. और मैंने देखा है आप ज़्यादातर मोनोटोन्स पहनते हो. मैंने जहाँ तक
Yeah, but I think what they said is so right. Also the fact that we are working women, and for us it's all about power dressing.
Yeah.
So it's not about color dressing, it's about what we feel comfortable wearing, because we're all the time out there discussing, trying to put our point forth, and trying to create the aura of strength that we exude in our day-to-day work. So it's all about power dressing, and power dressing is all about neutral colors. The vibrancy comes with embellishments and bags and shoes, and that's where you show the little zing of your own personality, and I guess that's what it is.
What I've loved about your style is you're very minimalist, और आप हमेशा rings, and I'm even a ring person. You love your rings, and you're somebody who actually otherwise just dressing people up to the hilt. तो क्या आप बोलते हो कि अभी minimalist है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग अभी, especially my girlfriends around the world, are going towards minimalism. क्या आप अपने wardrobe में वो अपना रहे हो? Because I see you, I follow you very keenly, and I see how you've been a minimalist yourself, you know?
So I'm a very Sindhi at heart. And
bring out the bling.
Yes, and I bring out the bling very subtly. But it's, for me again, it's about power dressing.
Yeah.
So everything that goes into that zone and is elegant and subtle, at the same time, OTT in its silhouette and design is what I like. But as far as films go, the canvas, I am generally all about OTT, and no film goes without a gold color. So everybody knows that when Neeta Lulla designs for a film, there has to be a gold. So be it.
Guys, 400 films and 40 years. Let's clap to that.
Thank you.
You're also here because you're still relevant. You're still dressing up people for these amazing films. I just want to genuinely ask कि लोग कहते हैं कि सभ्यता, culture, जबकि हमारा culture अगर देखें, and I remember the one film that I had auditioned for is Jodha Akbar, and back then we actually wore our clothes quite skimpily, because I am guessing that we were exposing our bodies to the sun to get more vitamin D, and in a country which is hot. So just to ask you that, have you ever been faced by this question of how brazen women dress today, जबकि ये तो हमारी history है?
I think we've been to that historically. We've come into vanity, then we've come back into dressing elegantly, then we've come into dressing OTT, and then we've come to dressing brazen.
Yeah.
So the cyclical nature of this evolving trend is there, and whenever something goes down and something new comes, everybody has a point of view. So we face that point of view and we come out of it.
So beautiful, the journey that you just mentioned. I feel सबसे ज़्यादा रेडियो पर मुझे बुरा लगता है कि an everyday woman, and I speak belonging to a mother who decided to take care of her family, and I always felt she deserved more. And maybe that's my folly, right? Because we think, oh, अगर आप society में जाने जाते हो या आपका success mantra ये है कि आपने society में क्या पाया है, then you're a woman to be celebrated. But here's to UNIMO, and I genuinely feel so blessed to be in the inner circle of this beautiful community that celebrates everyday women, not just the ones who are out there as professionals. Neha, do you get this a lot from your, firstly, congratulations on running such a successful community for how many years now?
10th year.
Oh my God, that's amazing! And you're the only Facebook community in India that's being financed by Meta.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also Meta certified, and I'm also FB. So there is how you have Google developers exams and all. Facebook does exams for certified community managers.
Oh wow!
Which not many people know. So I'm the first Indian woman to be certified as a community manager by Meta.
कितना पढ़ना पड़ता है इसके लिए?
It's difficult, but 3 महीने की पढ़ाई sufficient.
और क्या क्या होता है? Your engineering background helps you to, I guess.
Not really, but how much you know about the social media, how much you know about the back end of running a social media page more effectively.
Okay.
Knowing your Meta, because now Instagram, WhatsApp, everything is with Meta.
Right.
So we got to know the entire gamut of the social media. So it is difficult.
Can you give us one insight? क्योंकि यहाँ पे इतने लोग जो developers हैं या even influencers बनने की कोशिश में हैं, उनके लिए क्या आपकी
So आपको पता होगा कि other than the 6 lakh mothers who are community members, we have a big arm of mom influencers, which is, and you were there 3 days back with them. So India के जो topmost mom influencers हैं, उनके लिए क्या काम करता है मैं वो tip दे सकती हूँ कि primarily nowadays everybody is on Insta, and we're trying to create very good grid, very good content. However, our focus should not be on algo or reel or feed, but on stories. So if you can create multiple number of stories and show the real life insights of your life, like Archana आप बहुत करते हो, आप behind the scenes बहुत डालते हो, आप अपने आसपास के लोगों से बात करते हो. In fact, I always love that you involve your entire staff also in your behind the scenes. That's why people love you so much. So if your content is relatable and real in your stories, that would pull
that'll work you. That'll work for you.
Yeah.
So that's a new trend you're saying.
So that's the input which I think.
Just a question, क्योंकि I'm sure ये हम सबके अंदर है. We feel for our mothers who had to probably at some level give up their dreams for us. Does it ever come to you कि लोग होते हैं कि बिकॉज आज की दुनिया में बहुत लोग जज करते हैं लड़कियों को कि यार ये कुछ कर क्यों नहीं रही है. Does that happen a lot in the community you belong to?
So Archana, my community, UNIMO Universe of Moms, we are present in 22 cities, and metro cities में मैंने कल्चर देखा है कि वर्किंग मॉम्स और एंटरप्रेन्योर मॉम्स बहुत सारी है. लेकिन अगर हम टियर 2 पे जाएंगे जैसे जयपुर, इंदौर, वहाँ पे प्राइमरली होम मेकर्स ज्यादा है. तो I've seen one thing that of course जो judgment होता है कि एक होम मेकर को लगता है कि working women has it better, and vice versa for the other one. हमें एक चीज देखना चाहिए कि मदर जो भी डिसीजन लेती है, there are a lot of homemakers who have decided to stay back for their kid happily in the space they are, and there are some of them who are compromising to be in that space because बच्चे को संभालने वाला कोई है नहीं. So my question to everybody is, are you a happy mom? If you're a happy mom, that's a bigger question. We should not judge mothers कि अगर वो stay at home mom है, हो सकता है वो एक I am grad stay at home mom है जो घर पे भी कुछ meaningful parenting कर रही है, अपने घर को बहुत अच्छे से run कर रही है. And we might see someone who's struggling financially, that's why she's working hard. She hates going to office, but she's still doing it because of her kid. So let's salute to both of them and say कि अगर आप happy हैं, लेकिन अगर आप हैप्पी नहीं है, अगर आप एक बहुत रिच हस्बैंड की वाइफ है और आप हैप्पी नहीं है कि आप एक भी पैसा फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं है, तो आपको इट्स हाई टाइम दैट यू टेक द डिसीजन दैट आई विल नॉट बी अ अनहैप्पी मॉम, बिकॉज अ हैप्पी मॉम लीड्स टू अ हैप्पी फैमिली. So are you making a family happy? A child wants a happy mother, not a affluent mother, ambitious mother, or someone who's successful. So I think
very true.
And
then beautifully put.
Give them half an hour of your time with undivided attention and very happy time. They remember that half an hour rather than the whole day that you spend without them.
आप इतने टाइम से काम कर रहे हैं, and we have seen, I've met your daughter, she's so beautiful and she's herself so successful. मुझे लगता है I'm a mother to twin boys, and मुझे लगता है जो नीता ने बोला, unitasking is the mantra. Let's get over that multitasking. Multitasking is a brain disorder. It's neurologists say it's brain toggling. Should not do multitasking. Let's focus on unitasking. जब बच्चों के साथ हो, parents के साथ हो, friends के साथ हो, keep your phone away. Just be in that moment, and that's
so
will
true.
There's a small disconnect on what you said with me because I'm a massive multitasker.
Yeah,
But when it comes to giving that time to the kids, then I am that unitasker
that
for
is
that
unitasker.
time.
Yeah.
That much time only.
So multitasking,
it's a non-negotiable.
I would try to, show multitasking in a different air. When, for example, you're watching a favorite documentary and you're folding clothes, and you're doing a mundane task and a meaningful task.
Yeah.
That's not considered multitasking. If you're doing that, thumbs up to it. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
But two productive tasks together is a problem.
And I think somewhere हम लोग भूल गए कि जब हम एक conversation कर रहे होते हैं, अगर आप अपने बच्चों से बात भी कर रही हो, text भी कर रही हो, somewhere you're giving them the feeling you're not important enough.
Yes.
Yes.
शायद इसलिए आप ये कर रहे हो.
Very true.
What did you experience from your growing up? आपकी mom से, because Neeta, I've seen what the extent of involvement in your craft is insane. आप दर्जी भी बन जाते हो, आप designer भी बन रहे हो, आप sketches भी बना रहे हो. I think that comes from seeing a very dexterous mother. ये कहाँ से ये background क्या था आपके लिए?
Dexterous mother to pata nahi, but my mother was ready to whack me every time because I never studied. So I think the resilience actually came from the fact that I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Exit थी.
And zid thi ki mummy maar bhi de do thapad, but I will go and do the badminton or the table tennis or the dramatics that I want to do.
अरे वाह.
And tell her I'm sitting in the library and studying. So I think that's from where it comes. And I really believe, in my journey, I realized that more than just studying, I know education is a foundation. I'm an academician and I tell my students that the foundation is very important for you. You need to know it. You need to study it and learn it correctly so that your craft can evolve. But the fact is that children also need the me time that we speak about so affluently everywhere, we say me time. Children need that. They need to go out into the parks, play, they need to go to friends, swing, everything that the outdoors gave us.
Nice.
Our children are devoid of that today. Every time they're not eating food, you just slap an iPad in front of them and they're watching that and something's going into their mouth.
Yeah, which is so bad actually for their gut.
There's nobody like a grandmom or a mom who's telling you a story and suddenly shoving something in your mouth. That's not there anymore.
Yeah. That's true.
So that needs to be there. That we need to give the children.
Something that we're all blessed with as women is a gut feeling, but she's taking care of our guts literally. And I love Neha for two reasons. That, like me, she's a believer of natural-therapy. So while she might be a nutritionist, but she's constantly talking about how your body has the capacity. Thank you for promoting the lack of medication, which I think we overdo sometimes as women, because we think, quick fix. Before this conversation started, let me tell everyone, she got everyone excited here about her cashew curd.
Yoga tea. Yoga tea.
Everyone has, you have fans right here.
I am sending you all a box, 2 boxes each to try it. Yeah.
I want the sevpuri as well.
Okay, that also.
Punjab Sweet House serves her cashew curd in their
Vegan chart.
In the vegan chart.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
नेहा आपके सरनेम में बहुत खूबसूरत चीजें रंगलानी
बहुत सारे
and
रंग हैं
कितने रंग हम लोग हमारे लाइफ में लाए through food and just generally nutrition has become an obsession with us women. I mean all of us sitting here kind of realize कि शायद हमारे साथ dairy का संबंध सही नहीं है.
हाँ.
So you want to tell us this whole vegan culture? I was shocked when I went to Spain. मतलब स्पेन में तो it's on the beach, सब seafood खा रहे हैं और वहाँ पे vegan restaurants आ रहे हैं. क्या हो रहा है?
See, you have to move ahead with times, right? मुझे हमेशा लोग पूछते हैं, I turned vegan like 7 years back. And I was a hardcore non-vegetarian. Ate everything under the sun. I loved everything, like from seafood to your meats to everything.
सिंधी माँ की मटन की फूल दिख रहा है इसके चेहरे पे.
मटन बहुत अच्छा बनाती है अभी भी for my father and for relatives, but so I've grown up on that. And पता नहीं one fine day एक ऐसा spiritual calling आया. I was just like, why do I eat something dead on my plate? Do I need this dead energy? And the answer was like, no Neha, you don't need this. I don't know where that was coming from. And then one fine day I said, chalo yaar, nahi khate. Observed myself, you know, I kind of questioned my own beliefs, my own choices, and I was like, do I really want to eat this? Am I feeling like eating this? I gave myself enough time to understand whether I really want to do this or no. And then I realized, yes, I want to do this. I don't want to go back to meat again. And that was final. I turned vegan and then started talking a lot about veganism. But that's when I realized the first question I used to be asked is, why are you stopping milk? Krishna ne to puri zindagi doodh piya hai. I'm like, are we living in Krishna era right now? We are not.
Or our Gau Matas treated with that kind of love, reverence, respect.
Nothing exists today. Dairy industry is such a huge money making industry, and all that's coming in your house is white poison in a lot of ways, because there's so much happening in the dairy industry to get that amount of milk in your house, on your plates, for every member in the family, for every meal, from morning. 2 glass दूध दिन का, from your dahi to your paneer, and the variety of cheese that people want to eat today.
हॉरर देखा है कि दूध को एक्चुअली क्या बोलते हैं वो वॉशिंग पाउडर के साथ लोग बना रहे हैं.
बहुत कुछ डाला जाता है. So you really don't know where it's coming from. Of course, then there are sources which say we have have our own cow shed and we do our stuff. We treat our cows well, which is okay. But again, the hormones, right? Do we really? The question is, do we need those hormones in our body? Just like a mother produces breast milk which has hormones for the baby, why is a cow going to produce milk for a human baby or a human adult? Forget a baby.
I've asked spiritualists this question and they had a beautiful answer to it, that because they were a part of the family back in the golden
exactly
era, they were a part of the family. The cows felt for the members because that's their emotional intelligence. और जैसे उनको पता लगता था कि अच्छा अर्चना ने अभी यहाँ हाथ घुमाया है, उसका ना ये कमी चल रहा है ब्लड में, मैं ऐसा वाला दूध देने वाली हूँ. So they said cows back in the day would actually produce milk as per the intellect or the lack of the physicality of the person in the household. So I learned this in a spiritual format, because there's lots, sorry to say, but science can't give you answers to in spiritual intelligence, which our country holds abundance of. But having said that, I think my main question is, are we obsessed about our gut? और मुझे ऐसा लगता है gut को लेके अच्छा भी bloating हो रही है, अभी ये हो रहा है, क्या हम obsessive हो गए?
No, we need to get obsessed about our guts. People are not taking care of their gut. It's the gut which is the main cause of all your problems.
But I'm sure आपकी mom हो, मेरे father हो, मेरे in-laws हो, सब कहते हैं हमने तो इतना पी लिया, हमारा क्या खराब हुआ?
But it's not only the milk, na Archu. It's not only the milk. What is your gluten today? What kind of wheat are you eating today? Do you even know how hybrid it is? Such big molecules of protein your modern wheat has, which starts breaking down your gut lining, produces zonulin, which creates leaky gut, IBS, allergies, autoimmune. Why do you think today people have more than ever Hashimoto's? Arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, novel arthritis, multiple sclerosis, cancers. What's happening?
खुद का गेहूं लेके उसको अगर पिसवाते हैं,
आपका खुद का गेहूं आपके घर में थोड़ी उग रहा है, वो तो फार्म में ही उग रहा है ना. What is happening in the farm? You have to go down to the farm level.
Also, your gut, I think, gets affected because of the kind of stress level.
Of course, coming to that,
so it's a psychosomatic issue that you have, which kind of creates this. I say this with so much confidence is because I went through this. So I know that,
So Neeta, are you having only, what do you say?
I'm vegan. I'm gluten free, I'm lactose intolerant, so everything's off the
I really agree to what she's saying. So I always say, I said you could eat a plate full of broccoli, your best salads, your best food, but if you're not managing your emotions and your mind, nothing that food can do to you, no benefit can it give you, because it's the hormones that you produce, it's the neurotransmitters which stop producing in stress. Your serotonin, which is 95% produced in your gut, which is the feel good hormone, stops
I love
when you're stressed
Neha,
out.
You added the hormone part of it, because when it comes to even food manifestation, I tell people that at times if your husband loves his bread and butter and he keeps hogging on it, and if you keep cursing that food by using notations to it, saying he'll always eat this, he'll always love his sweets, you're also cursing that food indirectly. So I think the scientific part of it,
the power of intention.
I love what we're talking right now, क्योंकि इसमें वो जो psychosomatic word है उसमें तो मैं बहुत believe करती हूँ. और आपने जो शुरुआत करी कि happy moms, right? I really want to address happiness. You know, Neeta, when did you know in your life कि इस चीज से मुझे खुशी मिलती है? क्योंकि sometimes we stop chasing the happiness. Sometimes we're only chasing the accolades, the money. Maybe my dad will be happy if I did this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we are always servicing someone else. और वो हम उस मोड में कब चले जाते हैं हमको पता नहीं चलता है.
Archana, contrary to what everybody would believe or wants to believe, for me it was never about the money. It was always about the feel good. The reason I got into the fashion industry is because I wanted to feel good wearing new clothes. that was only my claim to knowing this. Ki khana cooking seekhungi to I'll put on weight. No way. That's a very Sindhi trait, you know that. Don't want to do that. So I got into clothes for that. And then when my first garment I made back in 1984, today it's 24 years for me, 40 years. That first outfit I made, all the professors said, you can't do this, because it's terrible. Whoever makes Western outfits with bandhani fabric? And only Hemant Trivedi told me, you can do it.
Goosebumps. I remember Jackie Shroff wearing it for Hairama, and as girls who didn't otherwise look at Jackie Shroff
buttons of.
Oh my God! I was like, wow, what is going on here?
Rangila.
So I not only made that outfit, but I won the best designer award for that year.
Wow.
So, because that was a feel good moment, and ever since till today, for me it's always that kuch hoga ki I can't do it. Nahi, I will do it, and when I finish achieving it, that's the feel good moment.
And it's not out of vengeance कि किसी ने मुझे बोला तुम नहीं कर सकती हो, तो you had your focus on feeling good. Clothes made you feel good, and you made so many of our women in our industry feel good. Okay, I want to talk about लम्हे specifically, जिसके लिए आपको national award भी मिला, क्योंकि वो movie में I thought Sridevi was not at her fittest best, and it's one of my favorite films. But I did feel that she looked the best. I don't think she's ever looked so much variety, क्योंकि Indian से लेके उनका Western look था उसमें. And I'm a big भक्त. मैं श्रीदेवी की इतनी बड़ी भक्त हूँ. I am just so honored to be talking to you that you've dressed her up and you've been in close quarters with her as a confidant, because वो आप में इतना confidence रखती थी, and she was very particular about her clothing as well. आपके लिए वो कितना challenging था, and how proud are you that you won for a movie that she was probably not her thinnest at. So wow.
So I never found it a challenge.
जी.
Because she was always there hand holding.
अच्छा.
ये चाहिए, ये नहीं चाहिए. So there was a skirt where she's wearing in a shopping mall.
अच्छा, हाँ.
Okay, that there are too many stories, but we can't go into that. But there was this one particular skirt we needed, and she was very particular. Neeta, can you get me black with maroon bandhani?
Okay.
And whenever you want a particular color, वो तो कभी मिलता ही नहीं. कुछ भी कर लो, manifest कर लो, कुछ भी कर लो, नहीं मिलता. So I was sitting on the set. I brought a black skirt. She said, "What are you doing? It's a plain black skirt." I said, "Hold on, give me 2 hours." We painted bandhani on the skirt.
Oh my God!
Wow.
So. Can you imagine when I see that on screen, what I feel?
You can look at that
serotonin, nahi.
Dopamine.
Dopamine. That dopamine is what I strive on,
So I see you here because आप हर चीज करने के लिए तैयार हैं, जो मुझे बहुत कम ही लगती है आज के ज़माने में. We are in that instant generation. We want everything quickly. You want to give us a word of advice कि क्यों ये इतना important है process? Like I've seen both these Nehas also work through the basics. तो क्या होता है उसमें?
I think you need to fall in love with the process. It's not about what you're doing, because that will come. That's not your manifestation also. It is a process that you need to manifest.
And we are actually sitting next to a manifestation expert here. क्या इसमें वो जो कह रही है वो एक सच्चाई है? What do you think?
So I think नीता ने एंड में यही बोला कि प्रोसेस भी आप मैनिफेस्ट करते हैं. तो समवेयर मैनिफेस्टेशन इज अ वेरी आई वुड से सबकॉन्शियस में लाई करने वाली चीज़ है. आप अगर उसको कॉन्शियसली चेस करोगे, जैसे अर्चना आपने बहुत ब्यूटीफुल क्वेश्चन पूछा कि लोग हैप्पीनेस को चेस क्यों नहीं करते, ये सब चीज़ों को क्यों चेस करते हैं, क्योंकि हैप्पीनेस हमारे अंदर है. आप अंदर वाली चीज़ को कैसे चेस करोगे? तो आपको चेज नहीं करना, आपको जस्ट इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करना है, अपने अंदर देखना है. जैसे आई थिंक जब वी मेट की बात करते हैं, बिकॉज नीता मैम ने बात किया, तो मैं वहाँ पर एक इंसिडेंस बोलूँगी कि जब वी मेट के डायलॉग्स बहुत फेमस थे और हम सब लोग उसके कुछ फिल्मी डायलॉग्स
हम सब नहीं गीते,
लेकिन उसमें एक डायलॉग है जो शायद आई थिंक सबसे कम फेमस हुआ है लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा मीनिंग रखता है. जब शाहिद और करीना बस में टायर्ड होकर आके बैठते हैं और करीना बोलती है, बाबा जी लाइफ को बस बिल्कुल बोरिंग बना दो, बहुत हो गया एडवेंचर. देयर इज अ डायलॉग लाइक दैट व्हिच सेज अ लॉट अबाउट आवर लाइफ, दैट व्हाई वी कीप कंटिन्यूअसली चेजिंग. हमको एड्रेनलिन रश चाहिए, हमें चीजें चेज करनी है. हमें कभी कभी जब हम एक बहुत डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन में पड़ते हैं तब हमें पता चलता है कि बोरिंग या बोर्डम या नॉर्मल कितना कंफर्टिंग था. आज जब हम अगर एक कंफर्ट में बैठे हैं, हमने कुछ चेस कर लिया, अब हम उसके बाद उस मोमेंट को एंजॉय करने की जगह हम उसका नेक्स्ट लेवल सोचने लगते हैं. अगर हम उस बोर्डम में, उस स्टेट में थोड़ी देर के लिए होल्ड करें, पॉज करें, अपने आप को सेलिब्रेट करें, वहाँ ब्रीद इन करें, लाइफ को बोरिंग चलने दें. क्योंकि जब आपकी लाइफ में भगवान नहीं करेगा कुछ नेगेटिव एड्रेनल रश आया ना, उस दिन आपको पता चलेगा कि यार नॉर्मलेंस यूज बेटर. इनफैक्ट बच्चों के इसमें जब सारे मदर्स हमें आके कहती है मेरा बच्चा बोर होता रहता है, आई थिंक नीता वेरी गुड पॉइंट कि खाना खाते समय सबसे पहले iPad, and I'm talking about 16 years back, I was in my best friend's house in Bangkok and she was doing that time in Bangkok and I was like क्यों कर रहे हो, खाना नहीं खाता है. और स्वाति पोपट बट्स, who is the EC वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, उनका एक ही चीज कहना है, बच्चे को हर समय स्क्रीन दे सकते हो एक्सेप्ट खाना खाते समय. और वही मदर्स करती है खाना खाते समय. I think Neha will touch upon better on that. However, what I'm trying to say is बच्चे को कभी बोर्डम भी एंजॉय करने दो. हम सब लोग बोर हुए हैं लाइफ में एंड वी हैव एंजॉयड दैट. ग्लोरी ऑफ बोर्डम इज लूजिंग आउट. मदर वांट्स टू कीप दैट चाइल्ड स्टिमुलेटेड कि अब क्या कर रहा है, अब ये क्लास में डाल देंगे, अब ये एक्टिविटी, कम ऑन.
जबकि वो एम्प्टी मोमेंट्स में आपको एक्चुअली इंस्पिरेशन
यू कैन थिंक सो मच, यू कैन इंट्रोस्पेक्ट, रेट्रोस्पेक्ट, यू कैन जस्ट रिविजिट व्हाट यू हैव डन राइट और रॉन्ग.
It's those moments.
Facts to fit. You had that story on you. And I'm so proud of you because you were addicted to every packaged food under the sun. और अब अभी आप देख के ऐसे फील करते हो?
नहीं, अब देखिए कुछ फील ही नहीं होता उसको.
पर एक बार भी नहीं होता. अच्छा थोड़ा
नहीं, of course होता है. It's never it's not like you never go back to it or you never touch it. It's that it does not control you. That food does not control you anymore.
पर आपका जॉब बहुत टफ है because I remember when you come to my studio with Jamie Lever, who we love. And so many people have a body image. मेरी body ऐसे क्यों नहीं है? And then you have to be that person who's behind them saying no, it's okay. How do you make women fall in love with their body type? क्योंकि ये भी एक बहुत important part है आपके process का, right? क्योंकि not everyone's got the same body, boss.
Yeah, exactly. I think most people think nutritionist का job है diet दे दो, वो diet दे देगी एक sheet, आप घर जाओ follow करो और आओ. That's what nutritionists used to do like years back. But as an integrative health coach and functional medicine practitioner, what my major job is counseling. Is literally shifting people's mindset, helping them understand what is important, what to prioritize. It's like Neeta ji rightly said, it's more in the journey. It's about the process that you enjoy. There is no destination. There will never be a destination. Maybe you reach a certain weight, उसको भी तो maintain करना पड़ेगा ना एक point के बाद. तो वो भी एक journey होगी. So you always have to love the journey. You have to love the process. And when you put them through that, you tell them, okay, this is the routine that you need to follow. And when they start following, when they start experiencing the changes, that's when I tell them, now these are the small wins that you need to celebrate. वो बड़ी चीज ना जब आएगी तब आएगी, नहीं आएगी. But this is what you need to celebrate every day. Your small wins, are you patting your back for it? And that's when we start doing that. And that's when we counsel them. And I have to literally instill into their heads that your body your shape does not define your worth. It is just a body and we will work on it. You want to make it better. We are not ignoring that fact that you want to make it better, but with a lot of self-love and acceptance and not with self-hate. कि शीशे के सामने खड़े होके बोलो छी यार मैं तो कैसी दिखती हूँ. It's more like, wow, I have an amazing body that helps me to do so much. Can I make it better? Can I love myself for who I am? And for the person, for my morals, my character, the person, the beauty that I bring around.
These are the real affirmations.
Can I do that for myself?
Beautiful.
And वहाँ से change ऐसे ही हो जाता है because so much emotional baggage that they are holding for themselves. The self-hate is such a huge baggage.
मैंने तो सुना है हमारी belly fat is actually our depression, the things that we're holding back.
It's stress.
Okay, I have fun questions now. You've also last I remember I missed Kareena Kapoor Khan, but when you meet celebrities and there's so much take back, and I know you're somebody who wants to take back from their personality. What's been your biggest take back from some of these big known faces and people out there? क्या है आपका take back?
So, if you're asking me precisely, some celebrities I've seen that we have a certain perception about celebrities when we see them on the screen. However, when we meet them in person, we might experience something very different and fall in love with them, because of that trait, or not really like them so much.
Correct.
Later. Like I think Sushmita Sen, I met her early in my career, and I've always seen that this girl knows her speech. She knows her, finesse. She really knows how to really create that impact. She'll always remember names. She'll always touch people when she's talking about. And that builds up that connection for you. Very recent, your favorite, Ranveer Singh.
Yeah.
When I used to meet him, I think I've met him now 4 times. And every time I've seen one thing, I was never a Ranveer Singh fan. Like, of course, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
But I was not a fan. Like, So, but when I saw him 3-4 times, and I saw him in his full energy and, dedicated to people he is with.
Yeah.
I saw that is really, exceptional, and the way he infuses energy in that room, and he connects with every single human in that room. I'm sure Archana, आपने बहुत बार हम लोग साथ में थे जब चिंग्स का ad launch हुआ था और आप host कर रहे थे.
And I got my best compliment from him that day कि लड़की की क्या energy है. I said Ranveer Singh is about my energy.
You know what? I think what's important here is what point she's trying to make. I just want to add here is that even if they're celebrities, we celebrate them every day. We see them, we praise them. They are used to that, But when they make somebody else feel important and make somebody else feel valued, is when you fall in love with them because it's always. I think wherever how do you make the other person feel?
This is true for each one of us.
Everyone.
Why people love you, Archana? In fact, we were talking about it day before only because the kind of warmth you exude.
Exactly.
Everyone. I've seen you with same energy, same warmth you meet people, and that's why people love you. Are we doing it enough? We are. That's why maybe people love us.
Maybe I was going to come to this question last, but it's a very important question for me being a girl. I don't see too many women speaking very well of the other woman. उसको देखा थोड़ी मोटी हो गई, उसको देखा ऐसे क्यों कपड़े पहने. I don't know, this one trait, I don't see it descending. I just see it there. It's there somewhere in the air. Would you agree with me that while there is a community building here, right here, do you think this is something we need to work upon, and where does this come from? इतना क्यों है कि women being women's biggest cheerleader थोड़ा कम है?
I think when you're always looking at something negative in somebody, it's coming from a space of void and insecurity within you. It's never outside. The person can look XYZ, look whatever, wear whatever. If you're secure, you'll still praise them, you'll still compliment them because you're not feeling anything. But a person can look beautiful, gorgeous, look their best, but you can still get, you can pick out mistakes out of them because somewhere you are not happy with yourself. And I feel, when you spoke about happiness, Archana, it's just my take on happiness. I feel happiness is very overrated. You're chasing something that's very futile and volatile. It's very fleeting. I think what one needs to chase is peace. Can you be peaceful in every situation?
Yeah.
Good, bad, ugly, whatever is in front of you, even if it's the best situation, even if it's something very big in your life, can you be peaceful, even if it's the worst situation? You can feel sad. I'm not saying don't feel your emotions. Feel every emotion. But can you still be at peace?
In Krishna consciousness, they call it Satchit Anand. Like, being very balanced.
Having the balance.
You just be balanced. Let everything move in front of you. Can you be centered? Is, I think, the challenge for a human life. And if you can tap into that, I think you've literally achieved a lot in this lifetime.
There are many women who inspire me on a daily basis. Of course, the one on my right are all those. But I watch Sister Shivani. Like, I think
me
she
too.
gives me
I'm such a big fan of her.
Sense of everyday living. छोटी चीजें भी अपने खाने में थोड़ा सा pray कर लो, खा लो. Everything that she says feels like universal wisdom.
Yes.
Where do you all draw your sense of inspiration from? Is it only the work you do? Are there people? कहाँ से आती है inspiration? आपसे शुरू.
So for me, I wake up at 5 in the morning. I do my Shambhavi. I journalize. I work out. And then I start my day. But what Neha said was so right about finding peace. And this bickering that I'm just going back to that question because I think it's a very imperative thing that we've touched upon, and this is an issue that a lot of women have. But we are working women. We have the scope and the advantage of disconnecting from all this banter that goes in and around you. So what are you talking about? Gossip? I mean,
बाद में call करूँ.
So in a party I go to, they come and they say, so what's the goss? I said, what does goss mean?
Thank you.
You are in the industry. What's the goss? I said, have you seen this? There is a zipper on my lip as well. Rather, I'm happy where I am.
Ji.
And there's no cost, is what my kind of
It's
point of view is.
commendable because you belong to an industry that thrives on it. Sorry to say, it's even outside people want. But आपकी industry में तो मतलब it's normal कि hi hello के साथ कुछ बोल दो भाई.
हाँ तो वो है, but you have the choice
to draw the line.
to be like what she said, at peace with yourself and say, I'm drawing the line. There's a wall.
Nice, I love it.
And that brings in tremendous power of work
That's
and
true.
creativity.
That's true.
Yes, thank you.
That's true.
Ethical.
Because when you're directing your thoughts in the right direction, I think you're just like, you're just like wearing blinders and doing your work and doing your thing, focusing on your growth in every way, professional, personal, spiritual, everywhere.
Everything.
And then suddenly you start shining and people are like, what is she doing so different that
हमने कर रहे हैं.
others are not doing? Oh, she's just too lucky. She's influential. She's got it. She's got the connects. She's got all of that. No, boss, when I started, I'm being very open. I had no celebrities coming to me as a nutritionist. Today, I don't care if I have celebrities or no. I do have.
Add value,
Yeah, I mean, I have celebrity clients, but I always tell people I love my common man. They are the people who need me. They are the people who listen, who respect, who follow, and who get the results, because for them, there is no other way to do it. There's nobody else to help them. I love my common man, you know, and I feel this whole thing of, you being there, being the celebrity, I think it's overrated. Everybody is a celebrity. Who's not a celebrity? Everyone deserves to be celebrated, be it a housewife, be it your house help, domestic, they all need to be celebrated. Why not? We are all doing good work in our own
Exactly.
sides,
Imagine
right?
doing your meditation and all in the morning, 5 o'clock, and then picking up the Instagram and where is your bandwidth going? It's going in four directions.
But I think you got the hardest because इतनी औरतें आपके पास आती हैं with the hope कि शायद आज नेहा की आँख में हम आ जाएंगे या कुछ ऐसे. Do you feel the pressure yourself, and how do you shut them up? Because I also haven't seen you gossiping too much. तो कैसे होता है?
So I think I'll agree with what Neha said, that कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग इतने अपने वर्क में बिजी हो गए अर्चना कि हमारे पास शायद वो टाइम ही नहीं है या ग्लोरी नहीं है. मैं तो कहूँगी कि
अभी इंटरेस्ट भी नहीं है
और इंटरेस्ट भी धीरे धीरे आपका खत्म हो जाता है. सेकेंड, आई थिंक कहीं पे आपकी कंडीशनिंग भी काम करती है. योर पेरेंटिंग मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंस. आई थिंक आई हैव ग्रोन अप विद पेरेंट्स हु हैव नेवर रियली स्पोकन अबाउट एनी रिलेटिव, एनीथिंग लाइक दैट. Goss has not happened in my house. So they always talk about what are you doing next, what are we doing right, what are we doing wrong. So I think I come from a family where all siblings, all of us talk to each other about our own growth. So I think that's I'm blessed there. But however, आपने बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा कि बहुत सारी मदर्स हैं जो ये करती हैं और आई थिंक उन्हें वो जॉय भी मिलता है इसमें और गुड फॉर देम. However, मैं एक चीज उनसे पूछना चाहती हूँ. एक चाइनीज प्रोवर्ब है कि whoever gossips to you gossips about you. तो आप थोड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क लेके उस व्यक्ति को जरूर देखिए जिससे आप गॉसिप कर रहे हो कि क्या ये आपके पीछे आप ही के बारे में तो बात नहीं कर. अगर वो क्वेश्चन है तो आप भी थोड़े माइंडफुल रहेंगे, थोड़े अवेयर रहेंगे. Plus, anytime you speak something, you have to ask yourself a question that is it important? Is it true? And is it really required? Relevant. So relevant.
I love you girls. I'm going to end this chat by asking a quick one. I think confidence and the power of being in love with yourself, जो आजकल online shopping, spying and all these things में हम घुस गए हैं, especially because we're in the world of the gram. We think unless we're not showing off, we're not showing up for ourselves. But that's not true. तो मैं अभी ये last question पूछना चाहती हूँ. Confidence despite not having anything to post or talk about. Confidence कहाँ से आता है? And what is your message to women who lack that?
I think it comes from your inner self-worth. For most importantly, that how you feel about yourself, and from there, how you feel about your craft. If these two align for you in your system,
you're home.
Yeah.
For me, Archana, confidence, of course, aligning with what Neeta ji said. I mean, basically, I always believe in this quote called believe in the magic of believing. That if you believe in it, it will happen for you. Like I still remember Mark Zuckerberg calling me to Germany, flying me down there and training me. It was a dream come true. I never even manifested it. However, it happened because I believed in myself. So I think if you believe in your own self, of course your craft, whatever domain, whatever decision,
और आप जो कर रहे हो उसको शिद्दत से करो,
शिद्दत से करो और उसमें बिलीव करो ना, बिलीव करो जो भी कर रहे हो उसमें और जादू डेफिनेटली आएगा. Magic is what is the mystery of the world. Like आपने बहुत ब्यूटीफुली कहा कि साइंस से हर चीज का आंसर नहीं मिलता, तो क्यों हम स्पिरिचुअलिटी में आंसर खोज रहे हैं? क्योंकि स्पिरिचुअलिटी क्या है, एक मैजिक ही तो है जो यूनिवर्स ने हमारे लिए कंस्पायर किया है.
बिल्कुल.
Together.
Well, I think for me, confidence is it's when you work on yourself, because we all have a lot of dark sides to ourselves, right? And unknowingly, we don't like ourselves somewhere deep down when we do something that's not aligning, like how Neeta ji said. If we're not aligned with our inner worth and inner values, we don't like ourselves, but we don't know about it. Only when you start working on yourself, you meet your dark sides. It's very important. We all have to meet our dark sides, and we have to bring light in. And when you allow to be fully immersed in your darkness, let it be there and let it pass, and then eventually let the light come in. Confidence is just what you become. You don't have to strive for it. You are confident because you walk with your power and your energy. Your energy talks for you, and that is confident energy, because now you've found that light within. You've crossed the dark side of you. And most people don't want to do the inner work because they don't want to meet their dark shadows. Nobody wants to meet that.
I ran रोज सुबह जब मैं उठती हूँ मैं सोचती हूँ थोड़ा और सो जाऊँ and be like नहीं push yourself, be consistent. And I think the beautiful thing about this chat is that all three women here, I have seen personally, have been women's biggest cheerleaders, and that's why they are here today. So thank you for being who you are. But beyond just the work that you do and the magic that you do, I think आप जो एक sense of love or warmth लाते हो, which I think is a feminine side we don't tap inside enough. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
I think our love and warmth is our superpower, and we seem to be leaving it behind in the garb of I'm a modern day woman and I'm gonna do it all. But hello, if you're not shining the best part of you, you're somewhere shining lesser. So thank you.
Thank you.
I hope
It was so much fun. बहुत मजा आया.
Radio City, रग रग में दौड़े City.